Mm.
Yes.
I'm not going to shout about it. I've had a mad couple week. I'm just going to cause problems for myself. Listen, this is the match reaction. Millwall 1, Palace 2, South London is red and blue. Simple as.
Say again,
Simple as.
please.
Wow, my pleasure.
Come on, say it, man.
Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 2, South London is red and blue.
It has been for just shy of 10 years.
Come on.
Know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why we've been saying Pride of South London. And what happened? The Pride of South London turned up today. We even gave them a 1-goal head start. That's how nice we are. You understand?
Yeah.
We literally said, all right, do you know what? We'll play rush goalie for the first half. You get a first goal. We took it easy on them today. You understand? It's big brother, little brother settings. Like, if you've got a younger sibling, you let them score first against you. That's all we did today.
100%.
And they still couldn't beat us.
There you go. How you doing, George?
No for you.
I am beyond happy right now.
Yeah, you look it. Big up, Tristan.
The game today was the best atmosphere ever. Like, literally, it was buzzing in the away, and the fans were lit. Everything was just perfect. You know, it's a brilliant result. It wasn't the best in the first half, but second half we came at them, started off early, and yeah, just got the job done. Kind of saved most of our energy for Brighton, and that's what we need to do. You know, the Brighton game is the one. If we win that, that will give us a load of confidence.
No, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's his first appearance on the channel.
Yeah.
We'll give him this. But besides, Statman Dan is losing the challenge anyway, so it's cool. It's cool.
Sorry, go on, Tris.
Yeah, but no, it was a good game. It was a good game, and I enjoyed it. You know, I literally got my ticket the last minute, so yeah, I just got I got told last night I was going to the Millwall game. I had to I wasn't even allowed to wear my club colours there at all. It's just, you know, because I probably would have got recognised. But no, it was a good result, and yeah, we move on to Brighton. So come on, Palace, up the Palace.
100%. Luke, how you doing, mate?
I'm good. Massive win today. I think it's what we needed to see into the second half of the season. Because I think we're into the second half of the season. So if we can get a few wins in the cup, that will give us confidence going into the league games, and especially the one against the South Coast on Friday.
Luke's learning. He's learning. We also have here Loso.
Yeah, what's going on? You good?
Good, yeah, they're good. Thanks for jumping on the channel.
Yeah, welcome, bro. Yeah, no, I was watching the game today as well, but I thought the game was pretty good at the second half, but I thought it was a bad first half, personally.
It's terrible.
I thought it was really bad, you know. I thought, to be honest, we got lucky a little bit from the first half, but we managed to bounce back, and that's what mattered at the end, really, you know.
100%.
But I wasn't convinced with the 2-1 performance, though. I didn't think there's anything to boast about, but we should have done better and probably made it 3 or 4.
Definitely.
Yeah,
you know what it is?
Yeah.
I'd rather play crap and win than play brilliantly and lose. You understand? Because at the end of the day, it don't matter how well we play. If we get that bag, if we get that result, and we're in the 4th round, and let's just say this because we've reached the heady heights of the 4th round, people. We're in uncharted waters, people. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. But no, seriously. That was... Don't get me wrong. The first half, this would have been a very different match reaction had the scoreline stayed the same. Because, of course, everybody would have seen my reactions at half-time. I wasn't happy at all. But come that second half, all of a sudden, it was easy.
Yeah, we definitely should have got a third one, though. But I think we just got a bit too comfortable. When we got the second one, we just sat back.
Absolutely.
I didn't like that about we just sat back, and they could have scored right at the end, you know. And you know how it's been with us, like with games like Arsenal and situations like that, when we get too comfortable after we score, and we just sit back, and I thought it happened again. I thought it'd be, like, you know what I mean, vice versa, it'd be another 2-2 and that, and go out on penalties. You know, because I wasn't convinced we can go at all. I thought, no, that's going to be.
I am done. I'm done with this guy. I'm done.
It was the weak link. Like, I don't know why he gets so many chances, though. I think whenever he plays, we look shaky from the back. and it's been proven again today.
Rich, can I just say
Yeah.
something? Where's
Yeah.
Steve? Where is Steve?
Steve's recovering. He got COVID. That's why he couldn't go to the game.
Steve said that Butland was better than Greater.
No way.
Yeah, Steve moved mad on this Guaita agenda, and boy, it bit him on his ass big time today.
He doesn't like Guaita. I give you that. All ward. Those two, he despises. So next time he's about, make sure you're around. You can make sure you keep those receipts. Sean, I'll tell you what, that goal was crucial. Only thing he did in the game, but it was very important.
I wouldn't go that far. I think he was pretty good. Second half, he was pretty good. It's funny because he started playing really well after about 50, 60 minutes. He was proper. He was doing what Benteke should have done when he came on. He was roughing up defenders, making them work for the ball, moving his weight around. He looked like a completely different man after he scored that goal. They had to make it was quite funny because Edouard and Benteke were standing up ready to come on, and then he scored, so he had to make him go sit down again.
Jordan, can you address this comment?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that on behalf of the Palace fans, I will accept scaring all of them away with my whip. I protected us. That's why only 5 of them messed with us. The rest of them just went straight home. They didn't want the smoke.
Oh wow! Trouble after the game.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's classic Derby day, South London derbies. I like that.
Tristan, talk to us. Like, let's get into this because
yeah.
Every one of us is happy with the way we're playing football, but are we passing it around the back too much?
Yeah, I mean, it's proven today that the first goal, Jack Butland, kick it out. Even if it goes into Rosette, even if it goes out the stadium onto the train track, just get rid of it. Faffing around with it like too much. It's just cost. We're gonna do that against bigger teams, and we're gonna get punished not once but twice in one game. It happened against Liverpool and that. And we just got to kick it up, keep it simple. You know, stop mucking around with it. We're not Barcelona or Manchester City. Basic stuff. So, yeah, but now we won as well. So I mean, it's a good result, but I mean, mistakes like that we've seen so many times from Crystal Palace in the past. It's going to cost us getting top 10. Being serious.
You know, on this comment, Diego, like I think we can now officially call ourselves second half FC. What happens in the dressing room at halftime to kick up? I don't know what Vieira's saying, or if the players are realizing.
It's got to be Vieira giving them all the bollocking, isn't it? It's got to be.
Each and every one of them got bitch slapped.
Yeah, our first half performances this season, barring Norwich, haven't really been that, and maybe Tottenham, ain't really been that good.
I think our performances have been good. It's our lack of scoring in the first half probably stands out a bit more.
Yep.
But I think second half FC for actually going out and winning the game in the second half, 100%.
This is it. George, obviously, you came to us during the watch along, and said Butland got pelters. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, how much was you involved in that? And what was being said for those obviously that didn't see the watch along?
Obviously, you got your shit. How are you, England goalkeeper? How was you, England goalkeeper? Just get rid of it, and then other stuff which is probably not even safe for YouTube.
Yeah. Would you say that the blame was attributed to him? I'm just basing it obviously with how the crowd were. Was the blame attributed to him or to the fact that we were playing out from the back, sort of thing?
I think the fact that we were playing out from the back was frustrating us a little bit, because frustrating the fans, because it was just ongoing and it never stopped. It was just Anderson, Gay, Mitchell, Gay, Anderson, Ward, Hughes, Anderson, and then straight back, and he just kept going side to side. It was a bit frustrating, and many times when we were in sort of in our own box and we were still trying to play around, just thinking, just get rid of it. Like people were screaming, just kick it out, get rid, and it was the same thing when Mark passed it into Butland. He had two guys around him. Listen, I wouldn't have been upset if he just clobbered it straight out for a throw in. Like, the ball is away. Just keep the ball away from the goal. We know you're not good with your feet, so I don't know why we're trying to play him in a system where he has to play with his feet. Why can't we play like when we had Hennessy in goal a couple of years ago? Like Tompkins and Dan did anything possible not to pass back to him. So why are we passing back to this guy who's whack with his feet? I don't get it. And then he tries to turn into Johan Cruyff. Like, come on, man.
I thought that was Hennessy in goal today. Trust me. I was thinking, when the fuck did we re-sign Wayne Hennessy? What's going on?
However, I do think he redeemed himself in the last couple of minutes, because if he wasn't there in the last couple of minutes, they're scoring and equalising that, and then we go into extra time. But I think that even though those couple saves at the end were crucial, I think that those couple saves at the end wouldn't have even needed to happen if that first mistake didn't happen, full stop.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke, was you there today as well?
Me? Yes, I was.
How was it for you?
Feisty. Very, very, very. I don't know how people get flares into a stadium. I literally don't know how.
And multiple bangers as well. There were many. I think about 5 explosions happened. I counted. They were really loud, so they mustn't have been very far away from where I was.
Someone broke the chair and threw it onto the pitch as well, where I was sitting.
Oh, that's mad.
Did you see that Millwall, that old Millwall fan with a bucket running on the pitch?
No, I
there was an old guy with a bucket like this running on the pitch.
My word, Millwall for you. Bunch of nutcases.
And I swear I saw an 8-year-old girl looking at the Palace fans and going, I'm thinking, you're 8. And their dad's standing right there, and he's cheering her on. I'm like, this is just wrong, man.
Yeah, it is.
Like, she's a child. Like, I don't know the age, obviously, but she looked really young. You're thinking, how are you letting your daughter do this, man?
Inbreeding does very strange things to children. That's why that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Millwall for you.
100%. Let's go straight to the second half, because that first half was terrible.
No, we need to address the first half.
We'll touch on it. I'll just say that's probably the worst half of football I've seen us play this year. And I have watched us play every single match of pre-season. And
God,
it was rubbish.
I agree. Yeah, I didn't know what to make of it. Like, I was just watching. Like, are we scared? Are we nervous? And then it probably was a whole load. It was probably all of it.
I think it was a concoction of everything. I think that we were set up wrong in the first place, because in the second half we changed formation, and then obviously you saw what happened. But I think our normal formation was sussed out a bit by their 3-4-3 formation, because with the midfielders, they just got packed out because they had more and more people in midfield. So they just man-marked us the whole way through midfield. But, you know, the change of formation to a 4-2-3-1 at the start of the second half pushed Elise a lot further forwards. And obviously, you saw what he did when he was pushed further forwards.
That right wing guy from Millwall, he caused us a lot of problems down the right hand side.
Was it Ojo?
No. There was another guy. I think he was the right wing back.
No, the number 2, their right back was probably their best player today.
It could have been McNamara.
The number 20, Mr. Sitter, he's warming up after the game, and at the Palace fans were talking him. Could have been him.
Yeah, but on the right, I think at the moment with addressing the first half, we struggled getting down that left-hand side with Eze and Mitchell. I don't think Eze's fit enough yet. I think there's still a long, long way to go for him to get to the heights that he was last season. I mean, he's better centrally, and I think Vieira put him in the deep end today. into a big game. Maybe we should have probably started someone like Raksaki. I think Eze's not up to speed yet, but at least he got some minutes under his belt today, which was a positive. So
I don't know if playing Jez in this game would have been the right idea, though, because the thing is, right, as much as it was great to see Wells Morrison, who, because he's one of us, the minute he's on the bench, my fear was if he comes on and makes one tackle, his head could go and he's sent off. And that's the kind of debut nobody wants, especially in a game like this. But to see them on the bench, it was like, okay, maybe we can see an interesting sub come in if we need it. Well, as much as Eze was sus on the wing, we don't have the players to cover that just yet, because obviously Wilf's gone to AFCON, Jordan's gone to AFCON, Elise was playing on the right. You could argue maybe put Schlupp as a winger and put Eze in the 10, but Vieira must have tried to use Schlupp's physical strength to complement Hughes and Gallagher. So, don't get me wrong, it was really frustrating to see us get pretty much dominated by them inbreds from round the way. But listen, in the end, we got the job done. We're in the 4th round, and we move.
100%. So are you not winning the FA Cup? Now, to be honest, Santiago, we're not like your club.
One round at a time.
Yeah, we don't win one game and start waxing lyrical. No, I'm not saying all fans. You are a very level-headed fan, so I'll give you credit for that. But one round at a time, 100%. So where was Nathan Ferguson? I am worried about this guy's injury record.
I think we've got ourselves another Connor Wickham, you know.
Well, we didn't really pay a whole heap of money, so it's not like he's a 16, 18, 20 million pound player. So it's not one of those scenarios where you're like, oh my God, we spent so much money on the guy. Personally, it could be anything. It could be a case of he's just not fully fit, because that cameo at Tottenham, you could see he was coming off the back of a lengthy injury. And I think some people are expecting him to be 100% ready to go, Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
100%. Was French Eddie playing today?
He came on, did he not?
Yeah, he did.
He did all right.
First cup goal. And this is a thing, you know, we haven't scored a cup goal in ages.
We haven't been in the 4th round of the FA Cup since Roy got us to the quarterfinals.
Long time.
We've got to
that includes a defeat to Derby County at home and an away defeat to Wolves last season.
Absolutely not.
Burnley? Jesus, don't insult the man's intelligence. Bloody hell. The cheek.
Let's not get into Burnley. They're in turmoil.
Let's not get into Newcastle. Fucking hell.
All that money and they lose to Cambridge United. You just love to see that.
And Callum Wilson's injured for 3 months as well, which is even better.
And you know what, boys? This is Kieran Trippier. It was at this moment he knew he effed up.
Oh, yeah.
I bet he's regretting leaving. And he's like, I swapped the Metropolitano to lose to Cambridge.
I bet he's wishing he kept his receipts. Cash that shit back in again.
Can you send me on the first plane back to Madrid, please? Please? No? Damn it.
If they get relegated in Newcastle, that's going to be crazy.
It's going to be mad.
All that money as well.
It's happened before as well.
Mate, nothing will make me happier than see the richest club in the world in a championship.
Yeah.
I like Newcastle as a club, don't get me wrong, but the way the media have tried to make them the new darlings of the media is like, listen, for years and years and years and years and years, you vilified their fans for wanting Mike Ashley out. I don't begrudge them the money, but being in the championship for a year and not being able to spend a shit ton of money, it's like, now get out the championship with Dwight Gale and Joe Linton, because oh my God, I am so glad we got rid of Dwight Gale. And there were Palace fans about until maybe a year or two ago saying, let's bring back Dwight Gale. No! If you want to bring him back, let's bring back Fraser Campbell, bring back Jordan Much, bring back Dean Moxey. Do you really want to go down that road, people?
Bring back Glenn Murray, all them lot. Yeah.
Well, not the Glenn Murray that went to the seaweed. Be careful, Luke.
Jay, to answer this question here, who do we all want next? You know what? Let's hold it, because we're actually potentially gonna go live tomorrow for the draw. That's the plan.
Well, if you can get someone, I'd love Cambridge away. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, but that's a banana skin. That could be a double-edged sword, JC.
Careful, JC.
No, I haven't been there. That's right.
If we're talking favourable cup draw, let's play our friends in SE7 for a change. Give them their cup final.
And it is literally money. Santiago's expecting us to be excited and he's trying to bait us into recklessness. No, we are level-headed Palace fans. Level-headed. Luke's been nippened. Today's first off performance give Pat extra to bring in cover. I hope so. But January's always is probably the hardest window to work in.
Summertime.
You know?
Summertime. Because let's be honest, he needs to have the squad he's inherited as well as the squad he's building. And he can say, right, I don't need Tompkins, I don't need Kelly, I don't need this, I don't need that. And he can bring players in that fit what he wants to do. At the moment, we're getting away with that. We haven't had an absolute horrible amount of injuries in relation to Roy's first season, where it was literally every other week we had a player dropping out injured. 17, 18. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. It's a hard
like we lost Sacco in the FA Cup. Bakary Sacco, that is. We lost Schlupp, Punch, and Dan. You name it, we lost a player pretty much every week. You're like, have we got any players left? Do we got to play the tea lady? Do we got to play Steve Parrish? Do we got to bring back Mark Bright? Are we bringing back Jim Cannon? Like, how many people do we have to bring in just to cover our injury list? But look, results like this, on the face of it, you're thinking, okay, from the first half, yeah, I'd have been really pissed. But boy, that was needed, because now that we've won this game, let's say we win on Friday, mate, forget the Liverpool game. We've won the two biggest games of our season. Maybe luckily today, but sod it, you need luck in the cup. That's what the cup's about. It's a lottery.
You absolutely do. Right, I'm expecting a certain someone to all of a sudden turn up in the chat. Let's talk about Mateta. He was a match winner.
Yeah.
We'll start with you, Tristan.
Yeah.
He was terrible first half. Second half, thoughts of the game.
First half, second half, I noticed he was making more forward runs, getting into space, and just taking his chance. You know, Benteke's had a lot of chances this season, not taking them. You could say the same for Edouard. And he looks more of a threat. Like, since he scored that goal against Norwich, he's gotten his confidence up, and that's what we need. There obviously were rumours of like us potentially just for him going back to St Etienne and that, and I think Vieira cleared it up saying he wasn't aware of that, and he started in today, so it looks like he's staying at Palace. I hope that goal really gives him the boost, and I could see him starting and potentially coming on against Brighton getting a goal. If that happens, that will just be really good for us with the likes of Ayew and Wilf away at AFCON, and we got a player like Mateta with his caliber stepping up. That's what we need right now, with all due respect.
I mean, he released a video, I think.
Yeah.
Saying see you next Friday. So that in itself could be an inclination, even though I know the window's open for longer. But who would take him for, is it 15 or 17 million?
15, 17.
I think it's 15 rising to 17. It's one of those where it's an initial flat fee, and depending on, let's say he wins us a cup or he gets us into Europe, it increases. Same way with Wan-Bissaka. If Man United are to win a trophy, which you never know they might, we get some money off that. But obviously the way that these men are moving to AWB, I don't hold out for much money because these guys want to move him out, despite the fact that he's actually not just their one problem. But with Mateta, look, I'm personally not convinced by this late run of form he's on. I'm not saying I don't think he's a good player, but the thing is, look past these last couple of games. He's not got into the side and forced his way in. If he forces his way in, and you can see that he's making those moves to get in on goal, I'd be sat here thinking it's coming. But he couldn't dislodge a Benteke that was in and out of form, and for a striker, that's alarming. And yes, people will say, "Oh, he hasn't had the service." Most strikers nowadays have to rely on themselves sometimes. If the team can't get the ball to you, go and make it happen. You see Harry Kane drop deep way into midfield to get the ball for Spurs. And I'm not saying Mateta's on the level of Kane, but you know what? You can see what I'm trying to say. Sometimes if you take the initiative for yourself, you get the reward. If Mateta bags a hat-trick against them stupid bastards on Friday, I'll be sat here completely saying, you know what, Mateta, you proved me wrong. Fair play. I'll eat humble pie live on camera. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. But I'm not convinced by just 2 goals, one in the league and one in the cup. That doesn't change him to be the signing that we always needed. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he didn't have a good game. He was the match winner in the biggest derby in the last 8 years.
So let's go around. Yes or no? Do we make him? Do you want him to play the Premier League games required for us to mandatory sign him for 15 million at the end of the season? JC,
I think personally that we need, because Mainz don't want him, and they publicly said they don't want him, and I think that because obviously with Palace, if there's no news, is good news in the transfer window, and because there's been loads of news about Nketiah, I don't think it's happening purely because of that. But if it's a choice between Mateta and Nketiah, I know who I'm having. I'd much rather have Mateta all day, every day. But the thing is with the price tag, I think because they publicly say they don't want him, I think if we can somehow negotiate with them to get it down a bit, maybe 10 million, 8 million, something like that, then I'd 100% say go ahead with it. But if they're holding strong on that 15 million, I think that we have to. I know it'll be crap for the player, but I'll say we have to hold out and just not play him, because I don't think he's worth that 15, 20 million pounds. But saying that, we're obviously going to play him up till 1 game before the amount, as you'd maximise it. And if he plays really well in that time, then I'd say you pay the money.
Loso?
I'm going to say no. Do you know why? Because I think he's very similar to Benteke, and we got 2 players the same. And I personally think, you know what, he plays well, but he's hot and cold. So I don't know. I think 1 or 2 games you can't say, yeah, he's done it, but I'm going to say no. Doesn't do it for me. He's too, he has a good game, and then he just goes back to normal again. And he's not in the play too much as well. He's very just stays at the game for a long time, gives the ball away too easy. He's not really that type of player. So I don't think he's worth 50 million personally. But probably for about 8 million, maybe, yeah. But not that much, not 15. Not worth it for me.
Luke?
I'll say yes. I don't think he's similar to Benteke. I think his movement's better than Benteke. Hold up play, Benteke's better in terms of winning aerial battles, but in terms of movement, Mateta is better. I'm in the same boat as Jordan. I think that if we can negotiate, I'll take him. If we can't negotiate, then go and get Nketiah.
Tristan?
See, we're in this sort of position right now where if he's, I don't know, between now and the end of the season, if he did a Benteke that last season and get about what we got 5 goals in 5 games in a row, if he does that between now and the end of the season, you'd be thinking about should we sign him or should we not? However, if he just scores 1 goal in every 6 games, there's no point. Overall, since he's joined, since a year ago when he signed, he hasn't done enough. He hasn't been consistent, and he's been a bit of a disappointment. So right now, I would say he's probably worth 3 mil, but I wouldn't sign him. He's just not been. He hasn't been there for us, He hasn't. But the thing is, as well, I've noticed the more games he gets under his belt, the more confidence he'll get. And if we can do that between now and the end of the season, we might get a good player out of him. So let's see what happens. But I wouldn't spend the money on him, to be honest, from that down.
Yeah, for me personally, at 15 million pounds, we need to be looking at a striker who's going to get us 10 to 15 goals guaranteed. And we're going to need to find someone who's going to actually challenge Edouard, realistically. Spending 15 million for him to sit on the bench makes no sense. Who's the Blackburn striker at the minute?
Brereton Diaz.
Brereton Diaz.
Yeah. Right. I know it could be a risk, obviously, with Championship strikers. You've just seen one move from Blackburn who's struggling at Southampton. but he does score goals, and it seems like he's going to be more of a threat. Obviously, the Premier League's a different beast. So if we're going to spend 15 million, it has to be someone who's going to guarantee you, I'll tell you, 10 to 15 goals, guaranteed. And if Mateta's going to be bought to sit on the bench, what's the point?
Exactly.
I think the guy from Fulham's quite good though. I see him, Serbian guy.
Mitrovic.
Yeah, he might do good for us. I think if we bought him for that much.
Would he be happy to sit on the bench though?
No, but I actually think he could actually give Benteke a challenge. I think he would do quite well for us. Scores quite a lot of goals every season for Fulham, about 20 goals a season for them.
The thing is with Mitrovic, though, is he goes against our current transfer policy. We're trying to go younger and bring the age down, and he's 31, 32. So I don't think that he would fit Vieira's what Vieira wants, basically.
And so that's even better then, because let's just assume Wolf is walking. Stick at Duard up top. We have to get Eze back in the middle though. Him on the left
definitely
side not work.
Develops a bit more than that, and he gets a few more games under his belt. That will help. Well,
yes, Pro's only gonna get that.
Big up, Roland. I love that.
9 p.m. So join us
love
for the
that.
AFCON preview. Yeah, I mean, we haven't even touched on that yet. Don't worry, that's coming. They need to hold corn for everything that they've been up to. Seriously. Absolutely.
8 years we've been waiting to play them. 8 long years. And the beauty of it is that, remember, they spent time in League One. I don't even know what League One is. Let me say that again. I don't know what League One is. I've never seen our team in League One. I've seen Charlton in League One. I've seen this lot in League One. Granted, Wimbledon are in League One, but I kind of don't mind Wimbledon too much. But, mate, I saw so many Millwall fans on some of the Millwall channels talking about how they're going to smack us 4-0. I went, this ain't Palace in the Championship, mate, where our record was absolute pony. We've actually got money to spend, and we spend it well, mate. Don't get me wrong. Derbies, you can't factor in, we're 11th in the Premier League. I was thinking, you do realise we're going into this game not expecting to slap you. We don't slap teams, bar Norwich, but Norwich don't really count as a football club because they're just Norwich. These men are known for mustard and them teams. So it's like, man, don't come back to the Premier League. Just stay in the Championship. But listen, it was so important to get this win because this gives them massive confidence for Friday. Because as I said, remember, we win this game and win on Friday, nobody will care about New Year's Day. West Ham, who? Yeah. What? I could care less about that game now. Now, obviously, about Mateta, let's say he'd scored to make it 3-3 against in the West Ham game. I'd be sat here saying, you know what, he deserves more time. He is playing himself into form, and I appreciate that. But bear in mind, before Benteke hit form, he couldn't dislodge Benteke from the starting 11. And this is even before Edouard came in. That's for a striker who clearly has something about him. I'm not saying Mateta's absolute. I've said in the halftime reaction, I was going a bit on a mad one. But you can see there's something in Mateta that you can go, do you know what? There's a player in there. But if he's not prepared to take those chances, because there's times he's missed sitters, you're like, mate, come on. We're not expecting you to be a 20-25 a season striker. We don't have that expectation of you. All we want to see is you literally put the ball in net 5 times a season. Cool. We can live with that. Because, as JC said, if you offered me Mateta or the English Yaya Sanogo, and I'm not having another version of a Yaya Sanogo at this football club because the last one nearly gave me an aneurysm, it's Mateta all day long. And Nketiah is dead food. I'm sorry, he's trash. Yeah. Why do you think Arsenal are so desperate for us to sign him? If he was good, they'd be saying, no, he's not for sale, he's not for sale. Think about it.
And they need a striker because Lacazette's aging.
Aubameyang is pretty much on his way out.
He's finished. So if Eddie Nketiah is the next one in line and they don't win him either, it says a lot.
Rich, can we talk about Anderson for a second?
Not just yet.
Okay.
We'll come to that. We will come to that. Only because I'm gonna give this guy his props. I'm gonna have to. What a thing of beauty. What a thing of beauty. And you know what? Now he at least now can say he holds the 2 best corner flags.
Well, he's scored 3 goals, hasn't he? One at Selhurst, one at the Amex, and one at the Den. So he's got a pretty good track record, hasn't he?
No, he scored one at Selhurst, one at the toilet bowl, and one at the shithole.
He's got a great collection.
I think your way of saying it sounds much better, Nate. So I'll leave you with that one now.
What can I say? It's the Irish in me, mate. We've got away with words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, Tariq don't agree with you. Okay, just toilet, mate.
Nketiah is the English Yaya Sanogo. I am not hearing any talk of Nketiah at the Palace. Do you know what, yeah? Arsenal, if you want to get rid of him, send him to SE7. They need a striker down there to get them out of the mess they're in. Like, we don't want no Arsenal rejects. We're done signing the Shamaks, the Flaminis. Less of this. You want to give us Saka? Yeah, we'll take Saka. No, none of this Eddie Nketiah business. Go away with that foolishness.
Diego says here, there might be a lone striker we might be able to bring in. Could perhaps be looking for someone to complement either Eduardo Benteke. Tariq comes back saying that Nketiah's contract expires at the end of the season and he's rejected the offer from Arsenal because he wants more first-team football. Norwich, Newcastle out there. Enjoy. You know, obviously, if we end up getting him, we'll have to support him, but we need to be looking bigger and better than that. Tariq and Nketiah's squibs.
No, listen, with Nketiah, yeah, look, I know I'm giving him a lot of stick about English Yaya Sanogo, but I don't think he suits what we're trying to do. It's not a case of I don't think he's a good player. I'm just not sure he's what we need. But I see, look, if it's a case of Nketiah comes in and absolutely bags, I'll be the first to say, do you know what, I got it wrong. But Nketiah is not what we're looking for. Because if he's not getting minutes at Arsenal, he can't just walk into Palace and expect to get minutes because we're not a team that's desperate for Premier League strikers. What we're desperate for is competition for our strikers. That's the area that we've always fallen down on when it comes to centre forwards. Like, we had to try and sign Kevin Doyle. Who else? Shola Amiobi, Emmanuel Adebayor. I could go on and on and on and on. Do you get me? All the strikers we've signed on loan and on short-term contracts, they've never made us feel like, yeah, we've got players that can score here. They're all awful, over the hill, useless. And the one striker we did bring back that I was kind of hoping would come back to be his old self was Andy Johnson. But it wasn't the Andy Johnson that we had before. And that broke my heart because that guy was my hero back in the day.
Absolutely. Luke. Oh, no, before you go, Luke. Chris, I know you said you needed to dip out, bro. Let everyone know where you're at.
Yeah, so I've got my vlog coming out later and that. So yeah, stay tuned. Probably be out within the next hour. So yeah, check that out. It's a brilliant vlog. Probably one of my best vlogs on my channel. Subscribe to my channel, Tristan Free. Over 1K subs. Let's try and get to 2. Love the support. And I'll be on tomorrow as well for the FA Cup draw and possibly the Brighton preview as well. So yeah, love people. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you supporting here as well, man.
Cheers,
so listen, get over there, support him, subscribe to him. You know what I mean?
Subscribe to Tristan O'Free, people. One of the 100%. Best Palace YouTubers on the scene.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, Tris.
Appreciate it. See you lot. See you.
Cool.
Big man. See you later, man.
See you.
Go on, Luke. Anderson.
Is he a problem? I know he sets up our attacks by doing long ball, but defensively, I don't think he's good enough. Gurhi's our best defender defensively. He's our best centre back. I feel like we might need to look at another. Like, we're talking about transfers and strikers. We might have enough up front, maybe to see out a season. But would you look at centre back as another option?
No, fullback. Because if you look at it, we need a left back there to cover Tyrick. Yeah. Ward and Klein, for me, Klein will probably leave at the end of the season unless the club offer him a new deal, which I hope they don't. Purely because it just hasn't worked for him coming back. It's not a case of that he's not good enough, but I just don't think he's got it anymore. Ward, part of me wants him to get his testimonial because he was there at the start of the Premier League journey. But part of me is also saying, if we're looking to advance and become a top 8, top 10 team, you kind of need to get rid of the sentimentality about, Joe Ward's a long-serving player, because even with Speroni, as much as it killed a lot of the fan base to let him go, the time was right. And look, it hurt me to see him go. But we can't hold on to the past for too long because otherwise we just go backwards. Now, as far as Joachim Andersen goes, yes, he is a little bit suspect, but you know what? He doesn't have competition in his position to make him think, oh crap, my position isn't guaranteed, because he's inches better than Tompkins and Kelly. And as for Yaroslav Yak, he doesn't qualify as a centre back, so I'm not even going to try and go there. If it was a case of we had Jake O'Brien, who's obviously gone to Swindon, if he was challenging to play for the first team, you'd say, okay, maybe if Anderson dropped off in form, we give Jake O'Brien a run. So we need to see what kind of centre backs do we sign in the next window. Don't think we'll make any signings in this window because let's be honest, we spent a bag of money in the summer. It depends on what direction we try to go and what kind of direction Vieira is looking to go. But you're right, Luke. Anderson, yeah, he's fairly shaky.
Yeah. And then I think that's it for the Anderson thing.
Cool. Listen, it's a discussion to be had. I do think we do need another centre back anyway, but there's just other areas that are more important at the moment.
Goalkeeper, fullback, and centre backs would be the priority because Butland ain't the one. Guaita, he can do a job, but he's a bit wobbly. Remy Matthews, he's pretty much just to take up a squad space in the squad. You kind of knew he wasn't going to be much of a figure. So goalkeeping recruitment needs to be spotted, and we need younger goalkeepers, not necessarily 22, 23, but we're looking at 25 and up, where they've got a little bit of experience, but we can get a bit more out of them, and we need to target the right type of goalkeeper. I know Nicky was mentioning Dean Henderson. If we get a Dean Henderson, that would be amazing. But I think Man United would come and look and tax us something big for him. Because they're looking at Henderson and thinking he could be their De Gea replacement.
Yeah.
Is it?
Could be a loan.
I think a loan option would be great.
Yeah.
Right. We can't end the show without talking about this guy.
The cool kid.
What a player.
Can I just publicly say to Remy Matthews, thank you for triggering him this week. That Instagram video was jokes. Michael Elise was absolutely phenomenal second half.
Unplayable.
So good.
He tired
Rich. We need to make this abundantly clear to people. He cost our club £8 million.
Yeah.
8 mil.
Mm-hmm.
It's mad. It is mad. We'll come George first, and we'll come to Loso. Go on next. Finish up.
When I saw that lineup, I was thinking, what? Wow. I wanted us to play a strong lineup, but that is one of the best lineups I've seen in the cup for donkey's years. I was thinking, this is giving me 15-16 vibes. That we were playing our stronger teams in the cup. Because I have a funny feeling Vieira wants the FA Cup to shut up a lot of the critics about first to get relegated. If he bags a trophy, it's like, what now? What are you saying now?
Facts.
This is it.
Go ahead, Loso.
What about his performance today? Or are you talking about just the FA Cup?
Elise. Let's talk Elise.
Elise. Oh, okay. No, I thought he played really well, the second half. But I thought it was quiet the first half. But my only issue with him is that he doesn't. If he just takes a bit more players and run at players more often, he kind of just stays and then thinks about what he's going to do at the end and gets tackled sometimes. But if he just took a bit more players on sometimes, it'd just be a bit more adventurous. But he's so good at shooting, though. That's one of my favorite parts about him is his shoots.
Yeah, I mean, I think for like a 10-minute spell, I don't know who their left back was, but he's having nightmares.
Yeah.
Literally having nightmares. And to be fair, he should have scored the other one that got rolled to him.
Yeah.
You could tell he was frustrated.
Yeah.
It just went over the bar and stuff.
And he hit the beans on toast as well. And I was like, oh, mate.
This is it. But he was brilliant. George.
Yeah. Magic Michael. I think that he's just incredible for a 20-year-old, and I think that there's not much more you can say. You can see this guy playing for the highest level of English football so easily in the next couple of years when he builds himself up a bit more. I do think that for the first half, he looks. I don't know. It looks like he grows into the game the more that the opposition get tired, because he's not got much pace, and he's strong, but he's not very, very strong.
Yeah.
So obviously, when everyone's at their full fitness at the start of the game, he's not going to be. he's not going to be as effective as he is right at the end of the match, is he? But I think the start of the second half, when he was the one injecting the extra bit of pace and the extra bit of emphasis into the team, he changed the game on his own. He should have had a hat trick today.
For real.
He had the goal he scored, the one which he classes on the post perfectly. It just came straight back out again. And the other one, which went slightly over the bar. Like, this guy had a 10-minute spell of absolutely putting Millwall in a spliff, basically. After that, he tired a bit, but he's gonna tire. He's not playing for very long consistently, and the more he plays, the fitter he'll get.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, the more we play him, the better he's going to get. And if he's already this good, mate, how good is he going to be in a couple of years?
Oh, man.
Definitely.
Remember,
He's yet to celebrate
8 million, yeah, and he's got a 5-year deal. 5 years.
It's crazy. Great business. But he's yet to celebrate a goal properly.
Well, the thing is, him scoring is always in a pretty crap situation, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think
he's always pulling us back.
I think to score, to go ahead, I think he'll actually celebrate it, hopefully. But
if he scores a winner, then yeah, you know he'll go mad. But
keep it going. Graber spelling a shot today. I don't worry about that. There you go. And then no one reminded him.
Michael Elise would he be like Julian Gray? Not really. Julian Gray wasn't really that kind of a flair player as such, from what I remember of him. He was fast, but I wouldn't really put him in the Michael Elise category. He was a bit like, he was Yannick without the skill. He was just rapid as hell. That's all Julian Gray really was. I wouldn't really class him as like a technical real. He had a little bit of skill on him, but no, Michael Elise is a different class.
He's an unbelievable player. Unbelievable player.
Dougie Friedman, thank you very, very, very much, Dougie. Thank you, Dougie.
Rich, can I just say something about Elise?
Yeah, I'll come to you. Don't worry.
The goal that he just scored, you know, when it just kisses off the post, it's just such a nice goal to watch, isn't it? It's just, he reminds me, I might get the sin bin, but he reminds me a bit like Salah a little bit. The way he comes off his left and he cuts on, and he just scores a nice goal. And he costs us 8 million, but in the next 3 to 4 years, he could cost up to, like, if he does go to a big club, maybe 100 million, we can make off him. How amazing would that be? That would be just good for our club.
I want to see him play for us, though. I don't want to sell him just yet. I want to see him lifting a couple of trophies for us before we sell him on. Let's worry about ourselves before we start selling off our star players, for Christ's sake. But I know what you're saying, Luke. I see what you're saying. I agree. If he continues the way he looks to be going, then boy, we're going to look at that 8 million and go, how did we do this? Was this a cheat code? How do we do that?
Just to clarify, Noah, was this a typo to say quick question, or do you generally looking for a Chris? Because I don't know if we have a Chris.
Who's Chris?
Around. Just to clarify. Yeah, just to clarify.
To answer your question, we do not have a rivalry with Charlton. They have a rivalry with us. We don't have a rivalry with them. It's very one-sided.
Sean's called him Michael Messi.
Fair enough.
Oh, Sean.
Michael Messi.
Luke Tariq said it's time to go to bed, you know. Peak.
Tariq, you're trying to peddle us Eddie and Ketia. You need to go to bed, mate. Behave yourself.
And you know
English Yaya Sonogo, man. Get out of here, man.
You know Santiago's always quick with it.
Santi. Brilliant.
Man. We look forward now, don't we? We look forward. But
it's the big one.
Before we actually go, sorry. Let's address. No. In fact, I'm not. I'm not giving them the space. We beat them, and that's it. I'm going to leave it. No, we're not. They're idiots, basically.
Rich, haven't we got a present for one of our special guests?
We do. He's been on his best behavior today, but you know what? Sean, just drop us a message if you're still there. Just let us know if you're still there.
Sorry, this is a hell of a comment.
Big up Tariq. I like that, man. That was a wicked comment. Big up yourself.
Yeah, he's
there. Sean, just so you know, it'd be so much better if he clicks the link, you know. Sean, click the link. Hold on, let me put the link in.
Jump on, Sean. Come on.
Jump on. Just come on.
Go on, Sean.
Even if you're at work. Mateta's worth it, I guess. But yeah, whilst we wait and see if Sean's able to make it, just a few things. So we're going to look to have roast week the week that we play Liverpool. So I believe we played Liverpool on the 23rd. So in that week, we did a quick Twitter poll to find out the running order of it. And I kind of knew this was going to happen. Yeah. So the official running order now is. Oh, hold on. Is he here? Let me get him on first before, because you know what, his thing cut off quick. Sean.
Yeah.
Yo, listen. I just thought we should present you with a gift, basically.
I'm waiting.
Cool. Now, you know that saying, you hear them in memes and stuff, like, find you a guy who looks at you the way that so-and-so.
Why I feel like I'm going to laugh? How do you get my stick now? How do you get my stick?
Greatest misses by Jordan March. Woo! Mr. C at the back post has just hit the back of the net.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
And he's gone.
What a comment.
Oh, my God. Greatest misses by Jordan March. Oh, boy. Oh, Father, take me now. I'm not ready for it.
Oh man, I need to go buy him a beer after that now.
Oh, big time.
Oh man, big up Sean all day. To be fair,
Nah, big up Sean. Large up Sean.
Massive Mateta fan. So oh gosh. Second coming of Sean, he saw that goal. Loving interaction for the comments.
That was too much.
Everyone's just cracking up. No, Russian had to come over here from Twitch to laugh in both comment sections.
But just quickly, lads. Let's be honest.
To James.
Yeah, speak to James. James will sort you out with a Mateta jersey. Let's be honest. Look, the first half we've already addressed. Dead food, awful, annoying. We all would have been sat here really angry had the game finished at half time the way it did. But how satisfying is it knowing that we've waited 8 years for that and they still haven't beaten us? We've waited 8 years to play them. And I remember just before the playoff final, some lads at the Millwall Cafe had a little bit of a dig at us saying, if we don't see you next season, we'll see you the season after that. That's worked out well, lads. That's worked out well. Well done. To be fair, though, that's the thing. Like, I can't lie.
I've been given
the draw.
What a comment.
You're getting a big round of applause. But I got the beer instead, so I ain't complaining.
Hey, look, we won the derby. It's party settings tonight. If I wasn't in work first thing tomorrow morning, I'd be getting drunk on a bottle of whiskey that I got from work. You know what I'm saying? I would be getting absolutely off my tree, but I can't do that tonight.
I think it's all confirmed now. I think Noah accidentally called me Chris. It's all good. It's all good.
Everybody hates Chris.
They're just obsessed with us. That's all it is, really.
It's a long story, but basically, nobody else hates them. They chose us, and we kind of just stuck with it because we don't play Millwall or Charlton that often. So we said, yeah, why not? Got it.
That's pretty much it. 100%.
Actually, do you know what, Noah? You want to find out what it is? Watch a Palace Minute number 11 on Nick Timo's channel. That explains it pretty much.
100%. All right, yeah, let's wrap this up. Massive win today. Obviously, just a reminder, sorry, because I didn't actually do it. That roast week will officially start off with JC. Then Nate. And you know what? I know everyone's going to be tuning into roast me, boy.
I look like a fucking Klingon. I can't look at that picture anymore now. I look like a fucking Klingon, bro. Oh my god.
Well, I'm just happy that Rich used that picture and not the one where I merged it with Vieira. So that's all good with me.
No, that's the talking-ish one. That one remains. In fact, actually, yeah, I think we should try and get one in next week. Get a talking-ish next week.
Talking transfers.
Yeah, it's been replaced with talking transfers for the whole of January. So
fair it is. Well, we love it anyway. Either way, Loso, big up for calling in.
Anytime, bro. Anytime.
Now, where can people find you if you want to disclose that?
You can find me on Instagram on LosoPappy_1987.
Big up to the 1987 crew.
Yeah.
Us young bucks, yeah. we're getting on, mate. We're getting on.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Hey, 100%. Rich, you know it's peak if you're not even near 25 anymore. Trust me.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, it's gone for me as well, bruv. Don't worry.
It's mad. You know it's mad when Tariq the other day goes, yeah, I'm 23. I'm like, these babies.
Mate, I was sick and I was like, are you trying to piss me off? Really?
I just won't say anything.
That would be a wise move, Jordan. Well done. That's a wise move.
I'm not saying anything as well.
You don't say nothing either. Luke, where can people find you?
Just find me on Twitter. I think you posted my link, my profile on the page. So
yeah, I did when I tweeted out. Big up to Luke, and then obviously the co-hosts, the mate. You know what? This like I said before, this doesn't happen without these two here, Jordan and Nate. Man, the effort and the workload that they put in, man, it's incredible, man. We've got a solid foundation, and we're growing. 528 subscribers now, so a nice little rise since New Year's. Keep sharing the channel, guys. Keep sharing the channel. Nate, where can they find you apart from here?
Well, mostly talking ish on Twitter. Pretty much avoiding a lot of the people that talk of madness. Eagle-eyed Nate is my more so my football Twitter account, but you can follow me on my own personal account, which I'm kind of tweeting more from because I can't be bothered switching in and out of accounts. Because as one of the Palace admins found out lately, that's kind of peak when man does that, bro. Because he got caught playing offside. It was like, yeah, I don't want that. Because if you tweet something wrong on the wrong account, it gets a little bit peak. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have to be careful. But you need to find me, Eagle-eyed Nate. I'm just about in it. You'll see me. You'll see me all over the place. I've got a fan cam coming up for you very shortly as well. Because I've been meaning to record that. I only just got in about an hour ago. So I'll get the fan cam up and we move on towards the watch along on Friday. Preview Thursday?
Thursday, yeah, that should still be Thursday.
Yeah.
So yeah. JC.
Yes. Well, my Twitter handle is at JC Spitfire, and on YouTube I'm Spitfire JC, and I've got a transfer weekly coming out every week for the whole month of January. And probably for the whole summer transfer window as well. So if you want to check that out, go ahead, because that's probably where most of our transfers, we're talking transfers, going to come from.
Oh, no. Brush, hold up a minute. Brush has sent a kill shot to a certain Manchester United fan. It's getting peak.
Shout out the Palace community.
It's civil war out here, bro.
Brush,
oh man,
Brush, watch when Philip Coutinho scores a banger against you on Monday. There you go.
Wow, Luke just sent it for no reason.
Luke, for the love of God, do not tempt fate when we get them in the next round.
It's not even that. Don't tempt fate with Brush.
Yeah, because Brush will send smoke for your clot. Trust me. He will send receipts. He'll keep them receipts ready for you.
One second. On behalf of the Eagle-eyed footballing community, we would like to say that those views were of Luke on his own.
We do not condone those actions.
That's
why
they
he's in the sin bin right now. He
does not speak for this gentleman above me, the one to my left, the one right next to me, or myself. They're his views, not ours.
Not ours.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble. I am big trouble.
All I ask for is one day of normal Crystal Palace YouTube. That's all I ask. It won't happen, but I ask.
In big trouble.
Big man, you should have saved it for the roast. It's wasted now. That's why I thought I'd show it to everyone. You've wasted it. And you forgot I've got powers on your channel as well. You're finished. You wait. Big up to you.
Ding, it's diss track season. Tariq versus Rich.
Sorry, that was a dub. It just had to be done.
Oh man.
Listen, that is always a vibe. Luke, big up to you. There.
Oh yeah. See ya. Bye bye.
See you later, Luke. Take care, bro.
This is it. We'll see you next week, guys. We'll finish up on this one. He definitely has it saved in his diary.
Hey, you know what? On the roast, Hamza was waiting to see Steve's picture pop up. Because you just know he'd have A4 refill pads.
1 second. You know what? Nah. You know what? I don't think I've got the time to roast Tariq. So you know what? I'm sorry to hold you low, but I think you're going to enjoy this. I told him to behave himself. Where is it? I hope I've got it.
Super Mario.
Yeah. 1 second. Hold on. Right.
Okay.
Hopefully this is loud enough, guys. T, you should have behaved yourself, you know.
All I need now is come on, man. Let me think. It does look true. I look like I'm old CB, Chris Breezy. Let me think of. Excuse me, miss. I'm saying let's dance. And I gotta admit that you got my attention, making me wanna say yeah. Oh man.
Be careful when you send from
that one.
Be careful when you're sending from, and you know I'm ready.
Man's got them clips saved. Alright, we'll be here all day if we keep this going. Listen, people, thank you for watching. We'll see you for the Seaweed preview on Thursday. And boy, what a win!
Come on, up the palace.
Up the palace.